Hello, everybody. It's your girl, Weebo. I'm doing stuff. I'm hanging out. It's been a long day. It's been a long week, actually. I'm over it. The whole lockdown thing, I'm over it. We got our quarantine extended to another 30 days. Go my state. I'm super salty about it. And I'm also in the middle of trying to get the top chat out. There we go. Got him. And the Streamlabs out. I've had a really weird day. So I finished the Cats musical review, or Cats movie review, at long last. It took me forever because I just could not get motivated enough to actually do it, because it's Cats 2019. So yeah, that's why. But in addition to that, I also have the script for another video all geared up and ready to go. It's going to be published hopefully within the next 7 days. And so is the Cats review. But of course, if you remember, you get access to that first. So you guys will be getting that Monday. And then everyone else gets it Tuesday. So that's when the Cats thing is. And then I don't know when I'm going to upload the second video. I want to get it done as soon as possible, but I also have a few projects due before then. So it might have to take a back seat until Friday-ish. And then, of course, there's the Weebo Hot Takes due on the 1st of May for April, the month of April, and which we are persisting with this theme of not covering the coronavirus at all. Because, like I said, I'm over it. I was over it like 2 months ago, but now I'm like super over it, if you feel me. Anyway, so that's going to be that. And then I have an idea for a video, but I'm not 100% sure if it's going to become a reality yet. We'll see. It's going to be a similar style to the Johnny Depp one, but not a hashtag everything is sexist. It's gonna be like a documentary style kind of thing where I go through stuff and then I have like a giant point at the end. Might use the Weebo avatar for that. I don't know yet. I'm 100% sure, but I have plans. I have ideas. Life is busy for me, even though I don't have a job right now. That's the other thing too. Is I am going through the process of getting myself a job, and which means that I am applying incessantly. It is like a part-time job, honestly, to apply for a job, to get a job. It's quite annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is, and you gotta do what you gotta do, because this is a hobby for me. This has always been a hobby for me. It's a fun hobby. I enjoy it. I like the fact that, you know, it makes me a little side cash, I guess, that can further support the channel and maybe get me a laptop if I need to upgrade just accidentally for whatever reason. It was really useful for college because I had flexible hours at the same time that I was going to college. So that was really nice. But I do need a job. That was always the goal. That has always been like the goal, is to get myself a job after I graduate college, because I don't pay rent yet. The agreement with my dad was that I wouldn't pay rent until I graduated college. I graduate college May 17th. Even though there's no ceremony, even though I'm home, the agreement was rent after you graduate. After I graduate, everything is on my own. So it's looking like if I don't get a job, this might be my only source of income. So luckily, I have the ability to pay rent with this if I need to. Hopefully that's not going to be the case. I've been doubling down on a whole bunch of stuff, trying to get things in the works. Luckily, it's been working out decently. I mean, my backup plan for the summer fell through kind of when it is that the coronavirus kind of shut everything down, which was really inconvenient because my backup plan was basically, I could just do what I did last summer for 10 weeks and give myself a little bit of a buffer, but still make money and still have room and board taken care of until I didn't. But that would give me a 10-week buffer. Now I don't have that 10-week buffer. So you see where I'm at. Anyway, so rent starts June 1st. Yay me. So that's the big deal. I know this is not me e-begging for money. This is just kind of me laying it all out on the table for y'all, how it's going to work. They're my priorities at this moment. Because I have real life priorities, YouTube might have to take a little bit of a back seat at some point, at some instances. So education, that's always been the main deal, right? So if I have a test, I am going to work to study for that test over maybe, say, edit a video if I have like a paper due. Same concept here, except for searching for a job, although it's not nearly as difficult because all that I really have to do in terms of preparation is maybe do some technical review or prep for an interview or pick out an outfit. It's really not as strenuous as school was, but that is another thing. Hopefully I can get a job, but it's looking like the job market is just right now because of the whole situation that it is as it is. Unfortunately, no one's really hiring right now. Yeah, Risho, YouTube can always wait, Weebo. Other more important things, as you said. Exactly. And this is not just the standard that I hold to myself. This is a standard that I hold to you guys as well. Take care of yourselves before it is that you even think about addressing my shenanigans, all right? So, like, that's important. And given recent Twitch thottery, I would love to I need to make that point abundantly clear to you guys. You should be your number one priority. Everything else should come second. Everyone else should come second. Okay? This is true not just in the throes of Armageddon and lockdown. This is true across the board. Always be your own number one priority, because if you can't take care of yourself, you should not be taking care of other people. I feel like that should be like the logical conclusion that a lot of people draw, but unfortunately that is not the case. Anyway, so that's my 2 cents. I will no longer discuss shenanigans related to that. Hopefully we can just kind of redirect from there. I just wanted to give everyone an update on the channel while it is that we're waiting for Polly, who does have the link, by the way. Let's see. Did he message me? Is he here? Not yet. All right. It's fine. We're waiting for him. So in other news, Brunei says, you can always be a truck driver. I don't know. I don't know. Could I be a truck driver? I mean, maybe. But I wouldn't want that to be my career. You know, because my dad and I were talking about this. Okay, so side tangent slightly. We're not talking about money troubles anymore, but we are talking about like future Weebo career stuff. The reason why it is that I've gone to the more computer science route of career stuff. That's where I am focusing on my job search specifically. The reason why is because I really like the idea of flexibleness that comes with the ability to code. So while there are people who specialize in certain aspects, a lot of the industry is remote handy, which was really nice to hear and to well, not to hear, but it's ideal, especially for a current situation as it is, to be able to work from anywhere at any point, because you are just working off of your computer. The problem is getting a job in that area, because for whatever reason, hiring has significantly slowed down. So that is unfortunate. The only problem is if I wanted to be a truck driver, I don't have my trucker license. What is that called? It's not a class. Is it class C? Anyway, so that's why I chose code. My dad decided that he wanted to be an electrical engineer based off the fact that he always liked it when his father was home at the end of the day to kind of hang out with him and his sister. And they could do things together as like a family. And that's attracted to him. That's why he went into that field. I am somewhat similar, but I also like the idea of being a little bit more flexible. So I went into computer science as opposed to like a trade. Although it's entirely possible that I could just completely up and redecide the rest of my entire life. Let's see. Brunei. Is it Brunei or is it Brunei? I want to say Brunei, but if it's different, correct me and I'll hopefully see it in the chat. I don't always see everything, but hopefully I will see it. It's a Class A CDL for interstate with a major carrier. Okay, so yeah, I don't have a Class A. I have my just regular driver's license and then my M class. So I can ride a motorcycle, which I did today, which was really great. I took a bit of a break from producing content for about an hour and a half and went on a nice motorcycle ride with my family. It's one of about the only things that you really can do now for leisure without getting yelled at, I think. Unless someone knows of someone else who's gotten yelled at because they were out riding their motorcycles for whatever reason. In which case, that is unfortunate. But at the very least, I did not get yelled at for driving my motorcycle. It was a really nice day out, so it was a perfect day for it. And we won't get another day like that in the next week before my brother goes back to college, because his school, the state that he goes to school in, just opened up transport between states, I guess, and so he's allowed to go back. Whereas my state, the one that it is that I live in now, and probably will indefinitely, as far as the foreseeable future allows me to see, he just extended it another 30 days, which I guess makes sense because we weren't plateauing like everywhere else. Yeah. Anyway, super salty about that because I still haven't seen Boyfriendo in many, many a moon. It's weighing on me. It's weighing on both of us. And I'm getting to a point where I'm going to just be like, Dad, can you let us just sit across from each other 6 feet apart on the porch? Is that so bad? Is that going to break the bank? Is that going to hurt the family? The problem is, of course, my grandmother. She's elderly. She is in the 80s, mid 80s, I think. And so as a result, anyone that even has a modicum of first or second degree contact with her, so not just, like, I haven't seen her in a few weeks, but my dad does go over there to kind of take care of things at her house because she lives alone now. She doesn't have a care facility that she lives in. She doesn't have a husband anymore. So my dad, his sister, they both go over to Nana Jones's house and make sure she's all set, that she's got food, that she's got groceries, that she is able to take care of herself, that she hasn't fallen and can't get up. So they have to be healthy, which means that we have to be healthy. And the unfortunate bit of this is that El Boyfriendo is an essential member of society. So he gets to go to work and I get to sit here looking pretty for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yay. Because I'm not really concerned about my own health and survivability in this, but I am concerned about my grandmother because she is getting up there. Or she is up there. So that's why it is that I can't interact with El Boyfriendo. It's a sad, sad tale. It's like, this is going to sound cheesy, but it's reminiscent very much so of like a Romeo and Juliet type thing, or I don't know, Rapunzel and her prince thing, you know, like where they're separated by this ridiculous thing just in between them. Ugh. It is what it is. It's the way that the cookie crumbles at this moment. Sad face. So how is everybody anyway? I see we have the memes of destruction. We have Lion Patriot. We have $1 we have 60 in the chat. Ryan Walters, Razil, Zombie Teddy, Risho, Brad Young. Well, okay, so Brad Young, to your point, absence and the heart grows and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't think Absent makes the heart grow fonder. We're already very fond of each other, is the thing. 4 years of long distance while I was at college, ladies and gentlemen. All right? So, let me just say, it's a lot harder to be at the distance that we are now and not be able to see each other as opposed to the distance we were prior when I was away at college, 4 hours drive away from him and not being able to see each other. It's so bad. Oh, I don't enjoy it. It's actually worse, I think. Anyway. John Smith, just water tonight? Yeah, just water tonight. I got a little bit of a headache, a little bit sore. I don't want to overdo it this evening. I'm not feeling 100%, you know? Part of that is probably because I just did an hour and a half drive and maybe not the best temperatures. So I don't want to overclock it, but at the same time also I am just, I don't know, I woke up sore. I didn't get a good night's sleep. I'm hoping that I can go to bed early today, wake up early tomorrow, and get a lot done. So that's my artificial intelligence final project. That's whatever it is that my professors have for the week that they want me to get done. That's studying more for some interviews that I have coming up. Maybe send out a few more resumes. And I want to film, at least I hope to film, at the very least, just film the other video that it is that I have planned, which is going to be spicy meatball. Not going to lie. Very spicy meatball indeed. If you are on the Twitter sphere, you might have an inclination as to what that might be, given my activity there, because I reached out to the person in question that I am making a video on, which I don't normally do, which I should probably do, but I don't normally do it. And I did it specifically to see if I would get some sort of interaction about it. And I know I didn't, because I'm directly calling someone out for nonsense. But I know it's probably not going to happen. Probably not. Oh. Speaking of things that I've done on the internet, you'll be happy to know that I fixed the Streamlabs and made it so that it is you can adjust your username. You don't have to sign in and specifically relegate yourself to your name that shows up. You can change it. I did that a few days ago. I'm pretty sure Lion Patriot made sure that it was going through. So it's fixed. You don't have to worry about me accidentally saying your real name on here if you donate. So that's a nice benefit. Hopefully that helps you guys out a little bit, because I know it was an issue. The reason why it was like that, though, just to give you an explanation, was if anyone remembers the Toasted Network incident, he donated like 3 $1 donations in the same night and then refunded them immediately after the show that I was on. I think it was a Monkey in the Morning. He refunded them, saying that the service was not delivered or what have you. Which, like, $1 not a big deal. $3, again, not a big deal, because it was 3 $1 donations. But the problem with that is the way that it shows up in PayPal, if you get an X amount of refunds or fraud-ish payments, or not fraud-ish payments, but like if you get too many dings from unhappy customers, I guess is the terminology that I'm going to use. If you get too many dings from unhappy customers, in your PayPal, the way that it is that I understood it, because it was a few months ago, there is a potential that your PayPal can be closed down if that's the case. Anyway, so I had something set up on the Streamlabs that was intended to protect from fraud. But granted, that's not happened since then, and I've blocked that specific user from being able to donate me just wholesale. I don't think it's going to be a problem anymore, so I have decided to just lift that barrier so that that's no longer an issue for people. So there you go. In other news, You know, it's funny. For as non-busy as quarantine is supposedly is, I have a lot of stuff that still goes on, you know? Like, ooh, what is this? Back there. Okay, cool. Like, I'm not just living by myself, right? So there are other people in the household. I interact with them. So things do fall in motion. It's not just like I live in my own little bubble. But at the same, oh, excuse me. But at the same time, like I have people that it is that I interact with online, like you guys. So things do happen. Things change. So I do have things to update y'all with from time to time. And I really like that because if that were not the case, I would just be scrolling through Twitter looking for drama to react to, and that would be it. But no, each day, even though I'm in lockdown, brings with it new challenges and new shenanigans, which I like. I don't like stagnation. It would drive me insane if I wasn't able to like have something different happen each day. If it was just standard, non-dynamic, it would drive me crazy. I can't. It's the same thing with food. I can't have the exact same thing days and days and days in a row to eat. I would get sick of it. So I find little things to do to alter my schedule from day to day. So like maybe I'll spend 2 or 3 days in a week doing just homework / office duties, the not fun work. And then maybe I'll spend like 3 or 4 days worth of time, not like days, and just doing that. But days worth of time doing something for YouTube or doing another side project. For instance, I am halfway through the Paris photo album. I aim to have that completed as soon as it is that we get out of quarantine, because I know I have the the digital photo album and the stream where it is I'm explaining everything, but I'd also like to have some sort of documentation so I can go back and reference it, so my kids can go back and reference it, so that they have something to look at if they really want to. Just to have something physical, you know, especially since I don't know, I don't think the internet's just gonna up and walk away someday out of the blue, but in the event that we go through some sort of weird technological Armageddon and we lose all of the YouTube server digital records, if that ever happens, I still have that. I still have the physical copies of everything. I'm basically a librarian. I've come to realize that I'm really good at cataloging and sorting through things and organizing stuff in like alphabetical or date order to such a degree that it's actually probably a problem. But I like finding things to do. And I've got a lot of little side projects. Like I organized all of the recipes. I've started taking my dad's recipes and putting them onto little cardstock things so that I can have them for later and bring them with me when I move out. So I don't have to just ask for pictures of the recipes that it is that I want. I can just be like, I'm feeling burgers tonight, and pull it out of my stack of cards. I'm weird like that. I like physical stuff. You know, I have a collection of physical things that are filled with information instead of just referencing it by Googling stuff. Because there will come a time when I don't have a Google machine, or like the Wi-Fi is down or something, and I'm going to need to be able to look something up, and I'm not going to be able to. So I like to have the physical copies of things. Probably a little quirky, but it is what it is. It's Sunday, right? I did not fuck this up. It's absolutely Sunday, right? Like I'm not going crazy. Yeah, it's Sunday, April 26th. Where is my co-host? I really hope he's okay. I hope he didn't get into another car accident. Fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, Polly is okay. I hope his vertigo is not too much of an issue, because that's been a thing, I guess, in the past. He's talked about that on stream, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not our stream, but he's talked about that prior. Yeah, Ryan Walters. Yeah. Weebo, the Grand Archivist. I like to archive things. It's funny because for my dad's, I think, birthday or something, maybe Christmas, one of the events in the year wherein I get my dad a gift, I decided to get him a legacy box. Which, if you're not familiar with legacy boxes, they basically take all of your photos, anything it is that you have, like in any capacity, like a physical copy of stuff, and they will put it on a CD or a thumb drive. They will digitize it essentially for you to make it easier to archive. And my family, I'm not the only one that's like this, okay? It goes all the way back to Grandpa Jones, my father's father. He was big on video cameraing, video footage of things as well. So when my dad was growing up, he would whip out his big old boxy cam and take home video of everything going on. And most of the time it was silent because that was before they had that technology. But we still go through and we are able to see the past through the lens of my grandfather, when it is that he would take videos and what it is that he saw important to him. And it's really cool to behold, to be able to like see something from a physical past that you weren't actually a part of, but you know these people. And my kids are going to be able to get to see generations back, and what they did and how they had traditions or how they conducted themselves or who was a part of what. I think that's really cool. And so now we have it to a point where it's digitized on a thumb drive and it's no longer in a big bulky box that's in danger of, what is the word? Not expiring. Not expiring, but you know, VHS tapes, they go bad after a while, I'm pretty sure. Certain types of media do not last forever. And as a result, you do need to take it and you need to transfer it, or you need to archive it in some way so that it does not get lost. And so that's what we did, because it was getting up there in age and there is a lot of it. So it's good that we started now while it is not my grandma. Degrade. Thank you, Eric. That's exactly what it is. They degrade over time. Certain types of media, especially back then, wasn't perfect, wasn't meant to last forever, but it would degrade. And so we had the legacy box specifically to digitize all of that footage. And there is a lot of it. It's not just like old frames either. So we have like the little card frame thing, rotator thing, where you just put like a new cartridge into the projector and it just lights up the little boxy cards. I probably have some somewhere, but they're really old fashioned. I don't actually know what the name of them are, but yeah, it's it's really cool. And then we also have the video footage, and then there's even some old movies, like silent movies that we have too, that we'd like to get digitized. And my family throws absolutely nothing away, least of all that kind of a thing. We are like pack rats. But like I said, it's something that is a family trait. We have decades and decades and decades of archived pictures, of genealogical records, of video footage, dating all the way back to prior to my dad being born. So before the 60s. It's a lot of history. It's a lot to go through. And I'd like to honestly get my hands on it, to kind of archive it, to put it in a sort of file and get copies of it so that I had that access to it. Maybe not put it on like a digital drive, but store it in some way that it wouldn't degrade or wouldn't easily degrade. Wouldn't degrade as fast. I don't know. Sorry, am I boring y'all with discussions of archiving my family's history? We can change topics if that's totally what it is that you guys want to do. Okay, side note, I need to get a better chair for this because the proportions, like my size compared to the desk and the height that it's at, and this chair and the height that it's at, these are not working. Not working at all. The problem is though, this chair, it doesn't twirl, and I need another chair because that is where it is that I have my makeup, and I can't just move the big ol' heavy spinny chair because it's big ol' heavy and I am very tiny. You know what? I want it to smell good in here. Sorry, complete side tangent. I found a candle that I really like. See, fun story. Let's do a story time with Weebo. Fun story. I and boyfriend frequented Walmart at one point, like one of the last times it was that we saw each other when I was back at school. We went to Walmart just for funsies. I think we actually had to get something, but we ended up just kind of perusing because we had a little bit of free time and I didn't have to do anything and I wanted to spend time with him, and it was just fun to reminisce with my boyfriend about what it is that we might need when it is that we move in together, because that's coming around. That's coming up. It's around the corner. It's soon to transpire. So I was reminiscing. We were looking at vacuum cleaners. We find ourselves in the candle aisle. And he asked me if I want a candle. I said, maybe if we find the right one. So we start sniffing candles like they're cocaine. And he asks me over and over and over and over again, do you like this candle? 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 And I'm just like, no, it smells too much like soap. I don't like it. No, it smells like soap. I don't like it. Because for whatever reason, all of the candles to me, they just smelled like soap, or they didn't smell good, or they didn't smell like what it is that I wanted. Because I had an idea of what it is that I wanted to smell in my mind, but I couldn't articulate it to him. And when I tried, he'd come up with a candle scent that might have been the one that I was looking for. Like, the description was like orchard, cabin, woods, chestnut. I don't know. Because I really like the woodsy type scents for the most part. But he'd come up to me with it, and I would think, hey, maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the candle. Because you got to really find your scent. You got to know what it is that you want. You can't just grab any old candle off the shelf and be happy with it. You are stuck with this. You are stuck with this candle for this amount of time. So you got to like it. You got to like what you're smelling. And I didn't like what it was that he was giving me. Because it all smelled like soap. And then finally, I realized mulled cider is the candle for me. It's my soulmate. It is the one. All right? Mulled cider is the best candle. Shh. I don't know what's going on. I forgot to turn off do not disturb, or turn on do not disturb. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a candle addict. Because usually I opt for just regular old cinnamon, but I was getting sick and tired of cinnamon, you know? So, mulled cider works very well. Because it smells very good. I really like it. No! No, Ryan! No, not Gwyneth Paltrow. No. Okay, so for those of you who are unaware, apparently she released a candle that's supposed to smell like her vagina. Which... I don't know about you guys, but there was a time in high school where you could walk through the halls and smell some really rank tuna fish. God. And it would just be pungent. I'm having war flashbacks now. But yeah, you knew exactly what that scent was. You knew. No one needs a vagina candle in their life. No one. Absolutely no one. Why did we get one? You know, that's another topic for discussion that I've never actually broached on stream. or in a video, but I absolutely would love to. But it would take a little bit more preparation than just, hey, let's dive into it like this. Because I'd have to have articles to read through. I'd have to have like a product that it was that I was reading from. I mean, we could probably. I could totally go and search it up right now if I really wanted to. But do I really want to today? I'm having a good day. Do I want to ruin my day? Do I? Do you? Do you want to ruin my day? I'm sorry. Oh, vagina candles. Nope. Nope. We're not doing it. I'm nixing that in the butt. We will do that at a later time when I am not having a great day. So, which of you guys is in a party that is in the party of people who haven't had their lockdown extended? Because I'm in the party that it has. And I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel right now. I'm not super happy about that. I really am not. I'm really not. Oh, thank you, Lion Patriot, for hollowing English. What is my first language? Thank you for hollowing. Oh, God. You guys get a little bit of sneak peeking into what it is that behind the scenes of a Weebo video looks like. It's exactly this. It's just me flubbing words over and over again. Thank you for hollering at Polly on Twitter, Lion. I very much appreciate it. All right. Thank you, Shio, who donated over the Streamlabs to say this. Would you call Paltrow's line of candles wanky candle? No, I wouldn't. And I don't want to explain why. Ugh. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Cavalier. My lockdown has been extended for another 3 weeks. That sucks. I'm so sorry. Yeah, ours got extended for another 30 days midway through the week, I think, last week. At least that's what I was told from the other adults in the household. I don't know. It's too depressing to actually go out of your way and look up how much longer can I not leave my house for? You know? Ugh. It really sucks. And okay, I'm gonna do a thing. I might piss off a few people, but I'm gonna do a thing. So I was scrolling through Twitter this morning while I was drinking my nice cup of joe, because I like to do a little bit of relaxing in the morning before I actually get into anything. This was before I started doing my lab. This was before I started doing homework. And this was also before I started even editing my video. I was just scrolling through Twitter, and I found a Twitter thread from a woman who had compiled a whole bunch of TikToks. And for those unfamiliar, not that I think any of you really are, but a TikTok video is like a Vine video, super short. It's trending, or the concept of a TikTok video is trending now. And they can be really anything. They're like memes, but I think more annoying. And it was a thread of a whole bunch of TikTok videos of RNs and emergency services staff just kind of dicking around, which I'm not opposed to normally, like at all. It's fine. It's dandy. I don't mind people having fun on the job when they're on break or whatever. It's as long as they have nothing better to do, by all means, enjoy yourself, build morale. It's fine. The problem that I have, though, is my lockdown just got extended 30 days. And we were sold the quarantine under this idea that We didn't want to overwhelm the hospitals. We didn't want there to be too many patients going to the hospitals in such a flux that they wouldn't be able to treat anyone and the death toll would just skyrocket out of nowhere because they couldn't treat anyone adequately enough. That was what we were sold, right? That's what I was sold. That's why I was sent home, because my school's not hospital, but like the hospital near my school is in such a it's there's nothing there. It is definition of like small town type hospital thing. Hang on. Hi, Polly. I'm in the middle of a rant, but I'm gonna say hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Weebo?
I'm good. How are you? Are you okay?
I just woke up.
That's why he's late. Okay, good. As long as it's nothing serious. Are you feeling all right?
In your face, Chaos Eve. She said I wouldn't be here at all. Ah.
Yeah, Risho says Polly is toasted. No, he's just tired.
And then 2.5 hours sleep, but I'm here.
Well, I'm glad you could join us.
I got
Take
caught
your
up
time
in
waking up. It's fine. I am just in the middle of like a little bit of a contention.
All right. I no, it's cool. I have 2 monsters here that I just opened one. I'm good to go. I'll be caffeinated and sugared in a moment in my usual effervescent self soon. So you were saying small town hospital?
Okay, so to get you caught up so that it is you know what we're talking about. I was on Twitter this morning drinking my coffee and, waking up myself, just much like you are right now. Just taking it easy before I actually get into the grind. And I came across
the grind,
yes, the grind. I came across a Twitter thread of a whole bunch of TikTok videos of nurses and first responders and essential personnel just kind of dicking around. And while I'm not opposed to people dicking around on the job necessarily, so long as they have nothing else better to do, right? My contention has always been that we were sold this bit about not wanting hospitals to be overwhelmed. And at the same time that this is all going down and we're worried about this, these TikTok memes are coming out and my lockdown has been extended like 30 days. So I'm a little bit like, okay, hang on, something's not adding up. And yes, I recognize that they're from different locations and whatnot, but I was sent home from college because the hospital within the vicinity of my school would not have been able to handle an influx. That was the reason we were sent home, or at least part of the reason. The other part of the reason was most definitely because they didn't want to have to worry about a lawsuit, obviously, because it's a university and that is at the forefront of their mind. My contention is, so if we have a whole bunch of random RNs and, just a whole bunch of people just kind of sitting around doing nothing, not actually doing any work, one, why not start opening up those specific townships if it's not an issue anymore? And 2, would it be possible to take those nurses from a neighboring jurisdiction and temporarily transport them to a jurisdiction that maybe they might be of more use if they're not doing anything, right?
Right.
So there are ways we could even more plateau this curve, that even more flatten the curve of illnesses within the states, and I don't think we're fully utilizing that because I'm seeing a whole bunch of TikTok nurses. And I recognize that they're probably just chilling and, maybe they're on break or whatever. It's fine. But we're in the middle of a crisis. People can't go back to work. There's a whole pandemic going on. And it's not a good look. And it's kind of irking me a little bit. And I don't know who to be mad about, too. Because I know that they're just doing what they're told. I'm not mad at them. I am mad at whoever it is that's not making the call to kickstart the recovery process, Does that make sense?
Insofar as I can tell.
Mm-hmm. Well, if it makes sense to you, then hopefully that makes sense to the rest of everyone, because you're just waking up, so.
Mm-hmm. What?
What?
A TikTok nurse?
You know what TikTok is, right? I don't have to explain that.
Jesus Christ. Yes, I know what TikTok is. Yeah.
Okay, all right. When I say TikTok nurse, I'm talking about the nurses who have TikToks that spend time at work making TikTok videos in lieu of nursing.
Oh.
A TikTok nurse. A TikTok nurse. I don't know how else to say it.
No, that makes sense. It'd be like, I don't know. Those goddamn Sudoku nurses.
Yeah. I mean, great. Their hospital's not overwhelmed. They don't have to worry. They're in, the good, like, armpit of the virus.
Excuse me, fuck.
This isn't tight. Jesus.
Excuse me, Jesus, shit, fuck. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And Sheargrass is a ticked off nurse. Yeah, don't let
No.
them
A
put in your IV.
TikTok nurse.
Yeah, don't. It was a joke. You ruined the joke.
I am prone to do that. Yes. Polly is funny when he wakes up. You right, Risho. You right.
Oh, it's Angela's birthday. Happy birthday, Angela.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Greetings, Polly. I hope you're well. I am on my third drink of the day as part of my birthday celebration. Yay, lockdown birthday. I had to celebrate my birthday in lockdown too. Do you want us to sing to you, Angela? Is that what you wish? I hope we can make you have a happy birthday, despite the fact that you're not allowed to leave the house.
We don't want to sing happy birthday because that's copywritten by somebody.
Not anymore.
Is that true?
It's not copywritten anymore. How do you think the Lords of the Night had gotten away with it for so long?
Not enough people were watching to care.
Polly, you know just as well as I do that the algorithm auto checks for the songs that it's been pre-processed to check for across all videos, regardless of if people actually watch them.
What?
The algorithm automatically checks your video against a database of copyrighted content.
Is that how they keep fucking hitting my channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time someone adds something new to the database, it gets checked along the entirety of YouTube's content database. That's why a video that I've had up for maybe like 2 years might get struck 2 years after the fact at random, just for no reason. Just because maybe that system got updated, the database got rebooted. I don't know, not rebooted, but it got updated somehow. Something changed because they're always constantly tweaking it, you know?
So what were we talking about?
We were talking about TikTok nurses.
No, well, okay, we were, but I mean I was more interested that somebody didn't technically own Happy Birthday anymore.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been in the public domain since May of 2016, says Check Your Logic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Are you okay?
Yeah, why?
Are you getting sick?
COVID.
Am I gonna have to find a new co-host?
I mean, you could try, but it wouldn't work. I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to find someone who's on time?
Maybe.
You want to know why I was up so late?
Why were you up so late, Polly?
Because I was watching AP Scooberthon.
What? There was a Scooberthon?
There was a Scooberthon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Which channel?
AP's Pleasure Pals.
He's got like 6 channels. I don't know which one.
Yeah, I know. He so does. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I mean, I see irate prostates here, and I'm trying to think who else was all there. A bunch of people were there. Yeah, so he played all of the Scooby videos in a row, and as a stream, and he was there in stream and commenting on it and adding in little extra this and that, and it didn't end all that long ago. Like I was like, okay, look, it's halfway through part 5 or a third of the way through part 5, and I'm like, you know what? That stream with Weeb starts in like 3 hours. I should really get some sleep. And then Cassie was like in Discord at the time, and she's like, "You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it." And I'm like, "No, I will. I set my alarm." And I
made it halfway.
Well, see, well, okay, here's what happened. Have you ever done this? You set your alarm and you wake up and you're like, "Oh, cool, I woke up when the alarm went off." And then you fall right back asleep.
Yeah, I've done that.
And then I woke up on my own just moments ago where I was like, fuck. So I jumped up and I ran to my refrigerator and I got my energy drinks. And then I ran over to my computer and I'm like, well, hello, everyone. And I'm here.
Yeah. So you had an eventful day then?
Yeah. See, you can find other co-hosts, but nobody who's got these moment to moment daredevil stories.
Yeah. It's riveting stuff you got here.
And over on the Streamlabs. Thank you. Next 6 minutes, drink that monster and chase that mean old Sandman away, bro. Hey, y'all. Hold on, I just woke up. Hey, y'all. There is a sleepy otter that needs a new rig to win all the wins. Otters need to win to live. That's science. You don't hate science, do you? Potato, otter, science, win, monsters. See, I could have read that more clearly if Six hadn't written it, but then it wouldn't have been as fun because that was very sexy and well done. Thank you very much, Six.
I like what Evolved Potato said. Weebo, Polly's body made it. His mind is still asleep. Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, you know, on more than one occasion, I found myself waking up and then falling back asleep and missing class that way. This has happened maybe 3 times.
Oh, Jesus. So is Kim Jong-un dead or what?
I don't think so. I don't know. Can we trust MTV?
No.
No.
Are you thinking of TMZ?
Is it TMZ?
One
of them.
It's possible that MTV's talking about it. BuzzFeed might be in the mix. I don't know.
Who reported on Kim Jong-un dying?
It was TMZ originally, as far as I know.
Was it? TMZ, AMZ, ABC, DDY. I don't fucking know.
I want to know from the NSA. Come on.
Apparently he's still alive? Question mark?
TMZ isn't the hub of accurate information?
Yes. No. Maybe. I don't know. There's a report from South Korea that says Kim Jong-un is alive and well. What would happen if he had died? Like, what do you think that they tell the people when their leader dies at such a young age? Because isn't he supposed to be kind of like a god amongst mortal men to them? Or
they needed him in heaven.
They needed him up there. We sent him to the farm. They needed him.
If Kim Jong-un is dead, I mean, they're going to fill him with fucking formaldehyde and weekended Bernie him around for like a fucking 6 months. We won't know for the longest time that he's dead. He's going to be a life-size marionette.
But then, okay, hang on. If it's only now just coming out from ABJQuai at symbol whatever news source.
What?
I'm having a struggle, all right? My processor is having a difficult time.
But I was the one who was trying to come to. What's going on over there?
I went for a very long motorcycle ride, and I did not get good enough sleep last night. But yeah, if it's coming out just now from not MTV, TMZ, there we go. If it's coming out just now from TMZ, does that mean he's already been dead for 6 months? Or he's on the cusp of dying? Or what? Or that he's not dead at all? Like, what do we believe?
Why is it that when you said you went on a motorcycle ride, the image I got in my mind was you on a hot pink Vespa scooter and a poodle skirt and a giant bow in your hair?
No. 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 Absolutely not.
Why? Why of all things is that the image that came to mind?
I don't know. I am like a hardened motorcycle chick, Polly. I am
I'm a hardened motorcycle chick. I'll have you know. I love it.
I'll have you know.
I know Hell's Angels and Juggalos.
Mm-hmm. I know all the Juggalos. Actually, I know more Juggalos than a certain Juggalo who shall remain unnamed. Totally. 100%. Mm-hmm. Poodle skirt. I would never stoop to such a level.
For those who don't know, these are references to the Scooberthon. I want to tabulate a list of like hotlines, like, and I should have while I was watching it, because there are just some great one-liners that out of context, it's like, great, I'm glad somebody recognizes the severity of the situation.
Thank you. Now we can finally get. No, you're right. I know exactly where it is that what part of the story it is that you're quoting to, because I've seen them so many times. Because every once in a while, you just kind of have to remind yourself of what happened, because you even forget, right? It's been 2 years, so you go back and you relive the moment. Because especially if there's going to be another premiere, you have to go back and rehash everything. You just have to.
And you know what was funny is I was saying to Far that, you know what, at some time I'm going to rewatch that. This is hours and hours before the Scooberthon started. So at some point I'm going to rewatch all of that, but I just, recently watched most of them back to back, and then part 5 came out the next day. So it was a deep dive real quick. Mm-hmm. So, but I need a minute. It won't be right away. And it was only hours later. Oh, look, AP's playing all of them live right now. And it's like, all right, well, fuck it. I guess it's right now that we're going to do
Might as well.
Well,
how can you not?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. And the fact that like AP was there to like comment and stuff and reference the nonstop carbon monoxide beep in the background whenever.
How did that not, like, that would just piss me off. I would break the thing.
Oh, I know. I was watching a Tommy Sotomayor video. Man lost his mind because he was playing a video of somebody that was talking about whatever. It doesn't matter. But in the background, you hear their smoke detector with the dying battery, the carbon monoxide, whatever detector with the bad battery. Is it deep? Deep. And he pauses and he says, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, he lost his fucking mind. It's a little battery. They sell them at 7-Eleven. Just, how can you put up with that in your house, in your home? I mean, you sleep there.
It would drive me insane because, and it wouldn't take very many of them. It would take maybe 1 or 2, and then I'm just like, nope, this cannot continue. Fuck that. And I'd take a broom to it and just start like smashing it against the ceiling. Because, and I know this for a fact, my phone going off pisses me the fuck off. It does not go off very often. But when it does, I'm just like, it's a bad time.
Well, yeah. Vaping and the steam from a shower and other things set off my smoke detector. It's overly sensitive.
Yeah.
And I know how to turn the damn thing off. Believe me. There's no way I'm going to put up with it. Deep. they periodically in the background every 90 seconds or so. Oh man, fuck that.
Fuck that. Before we continue on, thank you to the next 6 minutes who donated to the Streamlabs to say, don't let TikTok shenanigans get you down. Turn that frown upside down. Hey y'all, this girl washed and reviewed Cats for all of your sins. Light a mulled cider candle for her and visit her merch store for some sweet Weebo merch. The best merch. High fives. And then Evolved Potato donated to say his followers would be told that his greatness was too much for his mortal form and he has ascended. Ooh, we're talking about Kim Jong-un. Yes. Okay. I was like, Scooby? No.
Say, friends, what are you missing in your life? Is it a little bit of friendliness when you come home? Well, you too can have a Weebo Jones pillow. Head on over to the merch shop and pick up a Glenda the Good Witch pillow. She has her best mom face on.
Yep. Ooh, I could totally do that. And there would be people that would totally buy it. Right?
Let me ask you this.
Huh.
I'm not even being an asshole. I'm just curious. You're no e-thought, Weebs. Technically.
Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate that. No, I genuinely do. I don't want the stigma that comes with e-thoughtery.
No, you're no e-thought. Would you consider it delving into e-thoughtery? Like this is what I mean when I say jokes aside, to do sexy faced merch, but no TNA. For example.
TNA is in tits and ass. Okay, I was confused.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Sexy face, like
okay. Naughty librarian. Glasses down on the tip of your nose, giving them the look, hair up in the bun, the naughty librarian look. Is that e-thoughtery in your mind?
Wait, are you asking me if I would do the naughty librarian for a stream or if I would put that on a piece of merch?
Both is separate questions.
Okay. I could do the naughty librarian thing, but you wouldn't get much else aside from just like the aesthetic of the face that is the naughty librarian.
Sure.
So you'd get like the glasses, the bun, whatever, the button-up white shirt, and the like. Make sure that you get this back to us by the 2nd of June, otherwise your fees go up.
Well, that's not naughty. That's like Librarian of the Third Reich, what you just did.
Okay, all right, let me try this again. You can get that book back to us anytime you damn well please, honey doll. I don't fucking know. Well, first off, I'd actually have to have a naughty librarian face, or
you got to work on your naughty librarian role play.
Apparently, yeah. Okay, so we know the answer to that one. Is a no.
What comes to mind? Husky voiced, I would imagine. I'm smoky voiced.
I don't know what a naughty librarian is supposed to do. Like, rip
you
books
don't watch
in
a lot of
half?
role play porn, do you?
Is it that obvious? Am I supposed to rip a book in half or just like dog ear the paper?
Well,
like,
see,
what degree of naughty?
Are you asking Weebs to do softcore stuff? No. I just if you're dressed up as something that's not showing skin, but there's an inherent sexual quality to it, is it still e-thoughtery in your mind? You see what I'm saying? Because there's lots of things in that fucking realm.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think the degree of skin showing definitely enhances the e-thoughtery.
And
I think that's the kind of line that it is that I draw. Because you can look the part of sexy librarian. I think I've done that in a few videos before. I've even done crazed librarian. But that was for a video. That was for like the theme of the video at the time. And I wouldn't consider that e-thoughtery. Like, if you have a specific goal in mind, that isn't just, oh, let's sexually gratify the audience with sex appeal. Like, if it had a broader point than just that, then no. But if it was just specifically
COVID.
to gratify the audience because of sex appeal, then I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, fuck my soul. I don't get a bless you nothing. I see.
Your sneeze interrupted my monologuing.
So damn your soul to hell, sir.
Exactly.
Well, thank you. Check your logic. I appreciate that. Jesus. I'm thinking about it obviously because of the Invader V thing. Somebody mentioned it in chat.
I was trying to avoid that because I have a video coming out about her. I have it all scripted and everything.
You got a video about her?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Did you, or is it including the... You can't de-bless someone of all potato. There's no such thing.
Yeah. He just did.
Let me just conduct my black mass here and remove your blessings, sir.
Upside down cross.
What was I saying? Oh, does it involve her apology?
It involves the original video, the apology, the video in between the original video and the apology that everyone missed that actually like she not doubles down, but she reiterates the same exact point from 4 days prior. This is 4 days before the apology. So like there's 8 days between her actual video, the one that went viral, and the apology. And in between that time, she reiterates this point about $5 not being that much, whatever. And then it's also got the clip of her being creepy to her viewers. I'm not sure if you've seen that, but
I look you guys up on Google thing.
Yeah, like I look you guys up on LinkedIn when you donate to me.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of engineers out there. The way she says it and then cuts that wickedly wide smile is just, oh man.
Everything about this woman rubs me the wrong way, which is why I'm making a video about her, because she gives me the creeps. She gives me the chills in a way that I've never gotten it from another woman before. Not just like she doesn't intimidate me, but she makes me angry, equal parts angry and disgusted.
Right. Oh, the apology vid just on a superficial visual level, there is a lot to psychoanalyze if you want to enter into flashcard psychoanalysis. So you got rid of all your plushies. You de-pinkified the cushion realm that you're sitting on. The camera is not nearly as blurred as it was before. She runs a blur filter over her camera. That's not unintentional. It's deliberate.
She got rid of her weave.
Yeah.
You notice her hair is shorter in that video than it is in any of her other videos where it is she's got the nice ponytail princess thing going on.
Mm-hmm. She is wearing her regular pleated skirt, but not thigh highs anymore, just straight up stretch pants or dark colored pantyhose, whatever you want to call them. So no skin showing now.
Yeah, it's an obvious thing.
Yeah. It's so it doesn't, I haven't changed my look, but I am no longer showing deliberately intentional schoolgirl skin for her. I don't know what to call it. Quasi anime e-girl look.
No, she's going for a princess look. Absolutely.
Princess in a short schoolgirl pleated skirt with thigh highs?
Schoolgirl princess.
Schoolgirl princess. Yeah, okay, I'll buy that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is pink, the soft camera, the plushies in a pillow realm. Oh, won't you come in here into my little realm of pillows and fuck me? Kind of look.
She literally calls it the pillow fort.
Yeah. And that makes me angry. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
I like building pillow forts, and she's ruined it.
Yes.
You just made Sailor Moon, Ryan Walters. Yeah, like very, very Sailor Moon look. Fair, good call. It bugs me, all the little things. And it was funny when Far was looking at her. She says, I don't even know what this person looks like. Here, let me look her up. And then watching, she goes, she's got and the show that's from, I think, Gravity Falls. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. There's a little Illuminati pyramid with the eye on it thing.
Maybe question mark. I never watched it, so I don't know.
But with little arms and legs and like an eye in the center of the pyramid in it. She's like, oh, she's got a plushie of it. God, fuck that bitch. I want that. That angers me that she has that.
Polly, I don't know if you noticed this. Like, did you actually watch the apology?
I did. I watched the whole 20-minute clip with the run up to it, and then up until where she started playing Breath of the Wild. Yeah, because I wanted the context of the surroundings. But yeah.
Did you notice that she didn't actually once apologize? She didn't say sorry. She didn't say, I'm sorry, I apologize. She just said, I had a wrong opinion. It was a bad take. At the time, XXX, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Of all Potato, Gravity Falls. Bill Cipher is his name. Thank you, Potato. I did notice that. I think that one can... See, here's the thing. I would call the words that she offered an authentic apology, even though... Because you could offer an apology while not using the words, I'm sorry, or I apologize. Because... Listen up, ex-girlfriends. And the essence of an apology, in my mind, can be defined as such, loosely. Knowing what you know now and the consequences of your actions, you are such informed that, given the same circumstances over again, you would not do the same thing again.
But you see...
And which is what she said. She said, I own it. I recognize that here's the reasons why it was wrong. Here's the reasons why it was short-sighted. Those are not my opinions, etc. Do you believe it is a completely separate question. In my mind, it's like, did she actually offer like, no, you don't. But it's like, verbally, even though she didn't say, I apologize.
All the right things.
She could not have owned it more.
But they're all hollow to me.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you there.
And I actually have supporting footage as to why it's bullshit. Because I went back and I looked at her streams the days between the actual stream and the apology video. And like I said, there is a fourth clip in the middle of those 2 days. Like, so 4 days from the original video and 4 days prior to the apology. And in the apology specifically, she dictates during the Q&A section that she was just like, oh, it was a heat of the moment thing. I don't actually have that opinion. It was something I was frustrated with. I wanted to, hurt somebody in this conversation. Which would make sense if it was just a one-time instance, whatever. But it wasn't. She did it 4 days later. Like, here, you know what? I have a Twitter video that I tweeted at her directly that I can show it to you if you want.
Yeah.
Because I went
if she's saying the same thing repeatedly and you are right that her main claim, which I found hollow to be, because I should not have engaged with that person. I shouldn't have entered into the argument. You just put it upon the person as if they attempted to come at you in some kind of way and you overreacted, and it was dumb for you to have done it because you ended up expressing opinions you don't hold for the sake of saying something strong in an argument to be strong in an argument. It's like the person simply said that they support you, but cannot support you financially. That wasn't
even it. The original clip, the original her saying something stems specifically from someone saying that, oh, I'm a broke college student and I'm still supporting you. No excuses. And then she went into that tirade. So she wasn't even engaging in an argument necessarily. She was responding to someone who actually subscribed to her, who actually financially gives her money. And she was just like, yeah, you have no excuse. I have college students. And this is what it is that launched that viral clip, in essence. And then, 4 minutes later...
You don't think what she was responding to was somebody saying, I cannot support you because I'm broke?
Directly,
you don't think that was what she...
I went through and I looked at the clip, like what preceded the actual conversation, and the very the comment that someone made that she was responding to with that immediately following was of someone who was a broke-ass college student who didn't have any money but was still financially supporting her. No excuses. That was what that person said. And then she went into her tirade.
Who was the person? Okay, now I'm
It
getting
was
things
like
mixed.
Vixie or something. That was their name.
Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
So the person who said that, Vixie, who were they talking to then? What am I getting mixed up?
I think they were talking to other people in the stream or whatever. Maybe? Question? I don't know. All right. But here's the little clip that I took the liberty of constructing, and I think hopefully you can actually share audio. Ha ha ha. There we go. Share audio. Okay. Here it is. And I went through and I put dates on it too.
But
you can hear it, right?
Yeah. You see her little pyramid plushie off to the right?
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. Is that the Gravity Falls one?
Yeah, apparently. I've never seen Gravity Falls, so
Here you go.
But a sub is $5 at maximum. In whatever your currency is, it's maybe $10. And it doesn't matter how broke you are. If you have time to watch Twitch, you have $10, truly. If you don't have $10, you probably don't have time to watch Twitch because you should be working. You should be trying to earn money. It's not a ton. It's not like a ton of money. The clip that you saw does not represent my true feelings. I've streamed for hundreds of hours and I've said, support communities after you support yourself first. Subscribe if you have the disposable income to do so. But in that clip, I expressed opinions that I do not hold at all. I said things that I don't mean. In the clip, you stated that nothing could change your opinion. So why do you have a different opinion now? Would you have the same reaction if the video didn't go viral? I did. In that video, I really stuck by my convictions of what I was saying, in that clip especially, and the clip surrounding it. I doubled down on a bad opinion. It was the wrong thing to do. It was not the right way to deal with the situation. I don't hold that opinion. Not truly. It's free to watch, but it's always supporting is always very, very nice, especially because you went in saying I make almost double what minimum wage is, but I don't have $5. I mean, I have people who sub to me and they're students and they're in debt, but they still manage their money well enough to be able to afford a $5 sub per month. She just made a comment that if you don't make enough money to sub, you should be working and not watching Twitch. Yeah. Yeah. If you can't afford $5, but you have ample time to watch Twitch, I think you need to reevaluate your financial priorities.
Yeah, so that clip was right between the apology and the original clip.
Gotcha.
Right in the middle.
Right.
So this is an opinion she at least held 4 days prior to her big apology. At least. And if it was a one-time thing, it wouldn't have existed. But it does. And so she is full of shit. Sorry, she just really pisses me off.
Clearly.
A lot. A lot.
Do you want...
Like
I said, there's somebody... Was it Irie Prostate there? Hold on, I don't have chat up. I'm looking up something here relative to what we're talking about. Relevant to what we're talking about. In terms of flashcard psychoanalysis, there is so much to read from that clip. Like I said, the plushies being gone, the soft filter being removed, the pink hue of it being removed, her being dressed in dark clothing, nothing light, nothing pink, sitting up perfectly.
She's wearing
straight
a t-shirt
fine.
as opposed to a midline off the shoulder thing.
The way she is fumbling with her hands that are set into her into her lap, just so nervous. People from the clip that I watched, I watched as a separate 22-minute clip on someone's YouTube channel, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
uninterrupted without them commenting. They just took the clip and uploaded it, which was good. I didn't have to hear them over top of it to extend it past 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you don't have anything to add, just upload the clip. And if you're afraid of getting struck because you're just uploading a clip, then don't upload it at all.
Yeah.
Don't be Philip DeFranco just attempting to ride a trend. Yeah.
I considered uploading just straight up because I had to actually go through and look at the instances that were relevant to the content, and I pulled them separately so that I could use them in my response. And I considered just uploading the clips to my channel, all 3 of them, or maybe just like one big concatenated clip of all of this. But then I'm like, no, maybe not. Maybe I could play around with it a little bit. But yeah, you watched the clip and you saw some things, the apology specifically, all 20 minutes of it, which, by the way, 6 of those minutes were spent with like the intro screen. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then 2 minutes of apology. And then the next 12 were regulated to answering questions, and then she just goes, okay, for the sake of the stream, we're going to stop talking about this and go directly into Breath of the Wild. I'm just like, I feel like you would dedicate an entire stream just specifically to that and not the other thing.
Well, what was particularly interesting about that to me is the amount of mod orbiters that she has. And there were questions coming up in chat, and she goes, so I'm just waiting for questions that you can ask in your own time. And she goes, and then there's a little bit of a silence, and she goes, I'm sorry for the silence, but I'm waiting for you to be able to ask your question. You're waiting for your mods to pick a question and hand it to you that isn't full of fuck you bitch or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, pick a respectful question of something you can ask. She's completely reliant on her mods, which I find interesting because obviously she's not paying them. These are her orbiters, her very faithful stands, doing this for her. So the one question comes up, which is the first one, is the one that she actually answers there. Would you have said this if it hadn't gone viral? Before the video went viral, why change your opinion? You say it wasn't your opinion. She doesn't. That's a really hard question to answer. It's like, are you apologizing because you got caught, sort of thing, or are you apologizing because you're actually sorry? How's somebody supposed to know the difference? She goes off into the breath of the wild thing, because she goes, so it doesn't look like there's any more questions. And I understand that for days to come that you guys will want to be talking about this, and that's fine. In your own time, you can talk about this. But now we're going to play some Breath in the Wild. She was desperate to get off of it. And I understand why. On the video clip that I was watching, the comments and chat, what people were saying in the comment section underneath it were, she couldn't sound more stilted and robotic. And if somebody was like behind the camera holding a gun to her head, and it's like, yeah, she really did sound like she was forced speak into saying what she was saying. It had this really odd, deliberate, forced cadence to it. And I don't believe anyone was forcing her.
No.
I believe she was forcing herself to say it, knowing that she had to do this extremely uncomfortable thing.
She was reading off a script.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but like, there are certain tells when a person reads off a script. I know this because I read off scripts. That's my thing. Don't take it. But yeah, she was reading off a script. You can tell because she's not actually looking at the stream itself or the screen itself, the camera itself, like she usually does in a stream. She's looking off camera, off in the distance. So it's a very carefully crafted apology that she's made. I know that. And you know what? It follows with the rest of her online persona, because the rest of everything it is that she presents when she's doing like the princess anime waifu woman thing, it's very, very carefully constructed to give out a specific image. Yeah,
yes, it is. Like
Twitter.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Look at, and this is the avatar image she uses. And what, and sorry for anybody who feels some certain kind of way about this, whatever, but like, man, this is like, look at my anime thighs. Thigh gap is love. Thigh gap, thigh gap. Does everyone see my thigh gap? That I swear to God, that, like, look at the brightest spot behind her. Okay. And then look how bright the spot is between her thigh. Yeah, you didn't Photoshop enhance that at all.
Maybe, I don't know.
To the point where
It's
you
a
call
really
yourself
weird thing to hyper focus on, but you know, maybe
no,
it's a guy thing.
it's the thigh gap thing. In my opinion, this is what I mean when somebody feels some certain kind of way. People talk about thigh gap. Oh my god! And it's to me, it's like Jesus Christ, what a weird thing to talk about. But she knows that tons of guys are talking about it, so she does it, and she is all about her thigh look. And she's like, oh, here, let me pull down my skirt. I wouldn't want anyone to see. Like it's completely in line with the anime waifu thing that she does, right?
Yeah, and
but
that doesn't bother me, but I make that point specifically to articulate that nothing this bitch does is accidental.
No,
absolutely nothing.
Which is what I'm talking about, where it's exactly why I bring it up, right? So, okay, she lost a bunch of Twitter followers, but she never really had that many to begin with. There weren't many people following her on Twitter. So what difference does it make? Going over to her Twitch, here's where Twitch. Here's where things get interesting. If the page ever loads. There we go. There's the big one that everybody talks about. The 87,000 follower loss on Twitch. Okay, but look what happened immediately afterwards. She'll be fine. Always
comes back up.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
She will be, but that's, because the world is always going to have people that like thigh gaps more than integrity. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like look at her followers. They're at 11,000. Oh, she dipped really hard to 56,000 and then up to 99,000. She'll be fine, guys. It's like, oh, she's done, career over. Okay, you know what? Clickbait video titles aside, for everybody who decided to jump on the newest trend of the week. Yeah, she's a cute girl who can talk sweetly and do the anime waifu thing. She'll be fine. And I mean, call black pilled if you want. The numbers indicate what's happening. I mean, again, look, these are Twitch followers.
Then why make the apology at all?
To stop people from talking about it. Now she's really very realistically in a position where she can say, I understand that everybody was hurt by that, but I addressed it in a previous video, and I don't really want to give the haters any more reason to carry on. So I expressed my true feelings, and you can look at those videos if you'd like. But right now we're playing Breath of the Wild. So my channel is all about positivity and staying positive and trying to find me an engineer sugar daddy. So, did I say that last part?
Yeah, you did out loud.
You know what I mean?
You absolutely know that. That's exactly what's going on. And actually, you know what? Not just one sugar daddy, but multiple sugar daddies.
Jordan 250 says the reason guys talk about it is horny. Nothing more, nothing less. No, I agree. I'm not trying to say that thigh gaps are the holy grail that will allow for eternal life or some other kind of fucking reason. Guys are currently talking about thigh gaps or butts or tits or whatever because guys be horny. Yeah, I hear you.
I get it.
And she's monetizing it. That is what it is. But you can only get so mad at an e-thought. It's not like they're capitalizing on something that doesn't exist.
It's in their nature. You can't blame them.
I don't know if I'd go as far as what you just said. Holy shit.
I was joking.
I still can't get over that engineers. I don't know if you guys know it, but like through PayPal, whatever I look up, whatever name is attached to your PayPal on Google, I go to your LinkedIn's and there's a lot of engineers out there. And that big wide smile that she puts on, oh, vomit. Oh,
that disgusting. Made me, I think the most uncomfortable was that clip.
By far, it was the thing that I found the most uncomfortable. That blew me away more than the $5 thing. A meal costs $20. You can absolutely afford this. What you mean to say, and that this is the line everyone that I know focused in on. What you mean to say is you are so bad at managing your money that you can, because that's so snotty as getting into your fucking personal business and climbing into your wallet and making judgmental calls and shit.
Mm-hmm. What are you?
No. It's I'm looking you up on Google. Mm-hmm. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's
people who are nice enough to donate to my Streamlabs I'm not looking you guys up on Google, no matter what name is attached to your fucking page. Really? Holy shit.
Uh,
That
just
blows
you'd
my
think,
mind. It's so violative. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, lady?
and even if, like, hypothetically you were doing it, that's not something that you'd want to admit to an audience, right?
Well, that's where it begins the interesting part of the discussion, Miss
Why
Jones.
would she admit to that?
Exactly. Now, there's a number of reasons that people can guess as to why, and we can't read her mind, but we can certainly take some guesses. Is she trying to say? People say, "Oh, that's a subtle threat. That's a subtle threat."
Oh, yeah,
you
no,
are a bunch of married engineers or whatever. Like,
and
I
you're
looked you up.
donating to a Twitch thought, and
Yeah,
I looked
you're
you
donating
up,
to
and I know your
a
name.
young girl online. You don't want your wife to know, do you? Some people have taken that it's a not too subtle form of blackmail. That's certainly
I hadn't
one.
considered that yet, but
That's one take. It's it's a very particular kind of take, if you know what I mean. Another way of looking at it might be, it's a furtherance of the waifu thing. I know who you are, and I know that you have a lot of money. I'm interested in knowing who you are. Maybe you might want to slip into my DMs. You know what I mean? We can have another conversation about some stuff, and maybe we can do some private streams. And I'm not saying for her to be an EHO. I'm just saying a private stream where I play a game with only you and just talk to you about whatever. But that runs $100 an hour, just so you know, or whatever.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's another way of looking at it. Like, why would you mention it? Yeah, I hear you. She doesn't do things purposelessly.
Yeah.
Everything is intentional, like you said. I agree. So the fact that she said that had a purpose. The question is, what is it?
And here's the thing. She knows that it's not the most ideal thing, because I couldn't find it when I went back to look for the origin of that clip, because I like to do my due diligence, Polly. You know, I'm very, very research oriented, the archivist, essentially. And so I went back and I looked for it, and I could not find that stream, which means that she's taken it down, right? I mean, like, I don't use Twitch, but that's what I assume has happened. Did she take it down before or after she went viral for the original clip? Because to me, that speaks many more volumes than the original clip did.
Yeah. Well, somebody who's taking the time to, now, you have to keep in mind how many followers she has, number one, and how many subs she has, number two. Going off of subs as she has and taking those, which is a lot, and taking them to a search engine. I don't believe she just stopped at Google. I think she went through multiple search engines and cross-triangulate. The bitch got time on her hands to be doing all this shit. That is a serious effort towards something. And what is it getting you? It makes you wonder, me wonder, is she hitting these people up saying, you know, you can buy some of my merch, which are in the form of cutesy girl photographs of her sitting on her, you know, thigh gap pictures of her sitting on her pillow fort or whatever. I can see it offering stuff. I don't know.
Like I said, everything that she does is very deliberate. And so I 100% believe that everything has been either a manipulation or a tactic or some effort to get her to a better position, to a more advantageous position, in a malicious way, though.
Yeah.
There's this notion out there, and I think Shuan Head put it out in her video initially. That's where I heard it from, and then I looked her up in an article when I was doing more research for this, and someone else had proposed this theory that she's actually a findom. Are you familiar with that concept?
Of
like a financial dominatrix or whatever.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant of. So I won't say it. Sorry, it's just I know Sean has a lot of fans, so I won't make that comment. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm aware of what if
yeah. So there's this notion out there that her viewers get gratification of the sexual variety out of her directly shaming them.
And give me your money, pay pig, and I get it.
So there's entirely that possibility. And I don't know, if we're going with Occam's razor, which is the simplest answer? Is it just purely a sex thing, or is it just is it a little bit more malicious than that? I don't know. Pete Bowman, would Weebo date a 48-year-old? Why is that a question? Not that one. Yeah, that one. No, I wouldn't. I would not. Age gap has always been a contention with me. Couple that with the fact that I have a boyfriend, and I don't really see myself dating anyone other than him. Sorry. And that's no secret. Everyone knows that I'm engaged to be engaged. Which is another thing. Did you watch Short Fatted Taco's video about this?
No, I didn't.
Well, he went a little bit more in depth with it, not just specifically focusing on Invader V, but he talked about Twitch thoughts in general, the ones with like the most simps and whatnot. He talked about how,
yes, I did watch that video.
Yes,
yeah.
The one portion where it is that Twitch thoughts have no problem, or they absolutely will hide the fact that they're in a relationship to kind of give the impression that maybe their viewers have some modicum of chance with them.
Yeah.
In a dishonest fashion. What was your take on that? Because I have an awkward one, and I kind of disagreed with Short Fat Otaku. But I want to hear your.
Well, I don't know. What did you disagree with about it, particularly the idea of keeping your relationship status a secret?
Well, not
to allow the continued whiff of a possibility of a relationship with them.
Well, I do think that the intention behind why you would keep it a secret, speaks volumes about your character. But I don't really care, and this is me, I don't really care about the intention of someone keeping their private life private if it regards other people. Like, I choose not to talk that much about the people in my personal life if I can help it. Sometimes they come up, certainly, but they are not the main point that I talk about. Mm-hmm. They are not a staple of my video. If I have a child in the future, which I definitely aim to, you guys are not going to see or hear about them in any capacity if I can help it. Sorry to say, I just want to keep that on the DL. Not because I have any, ulterior motives, just simply because that's them, I'm me. I chose to be online. I chose to be present. I chose to have that attention. And if I can help it, I'd like to curb that for anyone else in my life. And of course, there's also the aspect of privacy. You guys will never see Weebo Jones or the sister or dad or my stepmother or my mother or my brother or whatever, or my boyfriend, because I like to keep that separate. Even if they choose to have an online persona, we're going to keep that separate because maybe they're not as careful with their online persona as I choose to be with mine. Maybe we have different degrees of carefulness, and I don't want anything to tie them back to me in that respect, or me tied to them in that respect. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because there is a degree of risk there in terms of privacy. If my brother all of a sudden decides to come out and launch his music career, he's going to use his real name. And I won't be able to say, yes, that's my brother, because that would directly tie him to me. That's a problem for me. And my online persona and my personal life that I choose to keep separate.
Okay.
So this has gone tangentially off the rails, but my main focus is...
I thought you were going to bring it back around. That's why I wasn't interrupting. I'm like, all right, bring it on home, Weebs.
So I'm bringing it home. So I don't have a problem with people not divulging their personal lives, especially in terms of personal relationships, for any reason. I don't care about the intention, because it is none of my business as a viewer. Unless you so choose to share it, it's none of my business. None of my business why it's a reason that you don't share it. None of my business that you don't share it. None of my business. Of course, I'm also not super in love with a whole bunch of Twitch thoughts on the internet. So maybe maybe the opinion changes if you have an emotional connection. I don't know. But yeah, that's just where I'm coming from. Maybe
What's
that's a
going
little
on out there, Jan Valich? What are you doing okay? You all right? What's
I don't know what's going on. Polly, what did you do?
I don't know. Jan just went through like a full circle of emotions. I don't know what's happening. It's like when you said, I have a boyfriend. I'm not interested in dating a 47-year-old or whatever age it was you were asked. And it's like, breaks my heart. Weebo, you just killed many hearts.
I'm sorry.
Triple exclamation mark, crying emoji. Message retracted. Polly sad, Polly envy, sunglasses faces, Polly whatever, okay, laughing, crying emoji. Like, what's going on, Jan? You all right? It's here's the thing. I happen to know I have happened to observe that there are many female fans of male celebrities at whatever level of e-fame, all the way up to huge movie star level celebrity, that they're very much interested in who they're dating, who they're not. That bitch isn't good enough for him, and get all up in their business, right? So it's not just guys and girls, guys towards girls. It's also girls towards guys that they know, where they enter into a quasi-imaginative playtime relationship-y thing in their own mind. Mm-hmm. Jan, I know what you mean. It's just funny to read all of them in the way that they happen. It's cool. It was just funny to go like, you broke all of our hearts, Weebs.
I'm sorry.
You broke my heart, Weebs. Weebo, you broke Polly's heart. Polly, whatever.
I'm sorry, Polly. I didn't mean to.
You know what broke my heart the most?
What?
The fact that before I even started streaming with you, I knew that you had a boyfriend, because you talk about it all the fucking time.
Do I?
Well, in the sense that I don't know how anybody could listen to you stream and be aware of, and not be aware. There were a number of people that showed up at Noir Bar, and there were like it hasn't happened recently, but like in the first dozen or so episodes, where people were saying, it's interesting that Polly is streaming with his girlfriend. Wow, how does Polly keep a relationship with somebody in Australia going? Like referencing Far, like Farzusmi. There are people who said that, and it's like, did you not notice when Far was talking about her girlfriend? Like, and that's not me. I don't under. They just assume that, Polly was streaming with somebody that he's speaking friendly towards, and she towards him. They must be together. And it's like, no.
Oh God.
No, she's quite spoken for.
Oh, now it just made me wonder. Do you guys think? Oh no, sorry. This is. I just had a weird thought. Like, now some comments make a little bit more sense thinking back on them for the cocktail hours. Because
that look of nauseated disgust you just had on your face? You.
No offense, Polly. I just, because okay, so there are people that I take that have taken on like the brotherly role, in my head, and you were one of those people.
Yeah,
so that's why it's weird.
Yeah. Well, see, you know what's funny? A lady friend that I've been seeing, she's so who do you do the late night streams with? And it's like this girl from Australia, and right away there was a coldness in her voice. It's like, ooh, who is this girl? Immediately, right? It was like, who is this girl? Like, I don't know.
Someone who lives in Australia.
Right. And when I said, and then there's like, and then there's comic book curation. And I do a Jack and quiz, and she's like, oh, okay, so you guys just talk about comics? I'm like, yeah. Because is that it? And I said, no, I also do this cocktail hour thing. Weebo Jones. Who's she? Where does she live? Like, that kind of like, there's an immediate, just, wow.
God.
Women be jealous, yo. And so are guys. They just try and hide it a little bit better.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Lady friend is at 1930. No, Tiberius Kirk. You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to say girlfriend, because there's a lot of baggage with that word. Ooh. And it's, I hear you, lady friend. It is a little.
Poor Polly.
What?
Baggage.
What?
You have baggage? Or that word just has baggage?
No,
just
the
in
word has
general?
baggage, is what I mean.
Oh, okay. So the word doesn't have baggage to you. It just, in general, has baggage.
Yeah, yeah. If you say my girlfriend, it's like, your girlfriend? What's she like? How long have you two been together? Where'd you meet? Like, yeah,
How many children do you
yeah,
want?
yeah. And it's like, no, it's this girl I'm dating. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's also this lady friend that I'm seeing.
This woman I am entertaining
Yes,
in my off hours.
yes. She has in a presumptive manner filled my social card for the foreseeable future.
Oh, she must be very special then.
Can you imagine a time when people actually had social cards, Weebs?
Like a bingo sheet. Just present- Is that what you're talking? Like, is it like a physical bingo sheet for people, like a punch card? Just like, no, I'm seeing this person here, and they have
Yeah,
unique
it's a sketch.
punches.
It's quite literally that's what it is, a social calendar. Yeah, it's like a day timer that your time is filled by seeing such and such a person at such and such a time. We're getting together for low tea or high tea or whatever. Yeah, there's a time when people did
Mid-tea.
that. There's no mid tea. There's low tea and high tea.
Are you sure there's no mid tea?
Yeah, there's high tea. That would be me, and low tea, and that would be Burnside. See, like.
Boom. Holly, you don't score better points for dissing on my ex co-hosts. I hope you know that.
I was trying. Stop deconstructing the joke. What was I going to do?
What?
Reference somebody you don't know?
No.
Low T, like that Barry Gibson, that fucker. You're like, Barry who?
Barry what?
Barry Gibson. Wasn't he a member of the Bee Gees?
I don't know. I don't even know what a Bee Gees is.
It's like they did songs like disco songs. Stay alive. Stay alive.
Yes, I do know that.
I can't hit that. I figured when that guy sang that song, he so even you can't hit it that high. It's
Yeah,
like he was in the audio booth singing that song, and there was a woman with a hand that had been sitting in an ice bucket, and she gripped his nuts so he could sing that high.
Well, to be fair, Polly, you are a nice, like, lower register voice, and so am I. Therefore,
I have no idea what you mean.
Polly, let's be real. Come on.
Are you saying I've got a sultry baritone thing working?
Yeah, you do.
Did I tell you about the requests I got in DMs for? Well, I don't want to.
Maybe
I don't want to
once.
call them out, but
I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't know. I haven't decided whether it's sweet or creepy. I've gotten a number of requests in DMs that, could you send me a recorded message saying X? I love your voice. Could you please? Have a good night, sweet dreams, etc.
Aww. Was it a woman or a man?
Woman. Presumably, but then, rule, what is it, 19 of the internet?
All
men are
women
men, women are men, children are FBI agents.
Yep.
Yeah.
I showed my cousin the rules of the internet, like the list. You ever tried to show a normie something on the internet that's internet-y? The absolute look of judgment that you get. Like, what the fuck is this? You spend your time doing this? What?
Yeah. Because it's a minefield of strangeness, but then there's a lot of people there's a lot of good comedy and interest to be had here. What the fuck? Like,
exactly.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here for interesting conversations with eccentric people and having some good laughs at some. There's a lot of really great black humor online. There's some great laughs to be had. What the hell? That's what I'm here for.
Exactly. Like, I tried to show Balick Internet Historian's documentary series about, like, Fire Festival or, was it FurryCon? No, TumblrCon.
No, DashCon.
DashCon, yeah.
Yeah, legend, man. Legend video. So good.
They didn't get it. There was no connect there. It was a divide. It was just like a, why are you showing this to me? I'm just like, I thought you would appreciate this. You're into meme culture. You aren't a normie. But no, it was the most shook if I've ever been in my life.
The most shook. That's I could see that happening, and I could see your confusion over it, and I could see you expecting someone to find it funny and then it just not working. The whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Like, I understand but this was Balik that I didn't understand it working out with. If I had shown it to my dad, I get that. All right, I understand. Me and my father, we have very different personalities when it comes to that. Even though we're the exact same person, he's not internet people in the very exact definition that Tonka does not seem to grasp. He
right?
is not internet.
Well, he's not internet people, so you can't expect him to.
Yeah, no. But my father is very legitimately not internet people. I showed him. Was it today? No, it was yesterday. I showed him how to reset his Apple password. Mm-hmm. Not internet people.
Lucky Pop Tart says never. ASMR is for whores and evil people. Wow, that's Pop Tart has a very strong reaction to people speaking in close to their mic like that. It drives her nuts. So I understand. I don't really know if whores and evil people's the right call on it. Functional asks, so Polydub ASMR when? As as close as I get to ASMR or want to get to it is.
People wouldn't respect you anymore, Polly.
Well, no, it's not ASMR, but it is having like fun with a microphone, like for the sake of doing it. Like the George Soros read, where I read a George Soros op-ed as Emperor Palpatine, like evil with an echo and stuff. Yeah, I had a lot of fucking fun doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
Or the Patrick Bateman excerpt reads from American Psycho on my channel, or the Screw Tape Letters. I love reading the part of the demon from Screw Tape Letters. Yeah, that's as far as I'm willing to go with stuff like that. I really enjoy live reads and voice acting and shit. Not that I'm any good at it, but I get a kick out of it.
Ooh, side tangent. It has nothing to do with anything we were previously talking about. But Richard Art said this. Hey, Weebs, what do you think about this funny notion? So you want a tomboy girlfriend, so you're just looking for a boyfriend with tits? The T word is censored in chat. You know what's funny? It brings up a point about the trans community that I've struggled with since its inception, since it became a big thing on the internet. This notion of like the gender binary, meaning that, or any deviation from the gender binary, meaning that there's going to be like a non-binary people, or, you know, gender nonconformists, or just in general people who are trans in that respect. And that troubles me, because if I had been born like 5 years after the year I was born, I would have fallen into this category of children who were confused about their gender identity because people were telling them that I was actually trans when I'm not. Because I used to act like a boy, dress like a boy, do boy stuff. Like, my dad raised me, so obviously I was more focused on male culture than female culture for a great amount of years. And so that kind of irks me, because I'm coming to this realization that I was very close to being indoctrinated into transitioning, I guess, when in fact
that's actually a really interesting observation. From being like, you were really what would be considered a tomboy contextually, but could have been
recontextualized.
Could have been repurposed,
very easily so,
into being convinced that it was a given gender identity. That's an interesting call.
Yeah, and that actually freaks me out a little bit, because it makes me wonder, like, how many other girls like me who aren't transgender but are duped into thinking that they are, because they're having an identity crisis, because they're told that, hey, if you're not conforming to like the makeup and the crop tops and the tube top whatever nonsense, then secretly you want to be a dude. Like, what? No, that's not what that means. It just means that you are into ninjas and throwing stars and chopping wood and lumber and helping your dad out in the garage with his tools and learning how to change a tire because it makes sense to be able to do that. Like, why do your interests as a person have to dictate what gender it is that you have? Where it is that you set yourself on the binary? Why is that even like a spectrum thing that has to affect that thing?
You know what, I hear you, and along those lines, what is with the, for want of a better description, fetishization of your own sexual orientation in hyper specific ways? It's not like I'm generally attracted towards women, but that's not enough. If you're over on Tumblr or wherever the fuck else, it's I'm interested in women where I must have a romantic connection to them before I feel sexually attracted to them. You're not talking about sexual orientation or romantic orientation anymore. You're simply talking about your personality and the things that you've been through. You have left identity far in the rear view in this conversation, but they're still talking about it, proliferating ever smaller subcategories of orientation as if it's an identity that somehow enters into a sacrosanct category of that which I should not be judged for and must stand up for against oppression over. And it's weird.
It's always been this contention with me for as long as there's been discourse in the label identity aspect of the internet, because like we have demisexuals who are only sexually attracted to people once they get to know them and have like a romantic connection with them, and I'm just like, that's not a sexuality, that is just a character trait. That's your personality.
That's your personality, and it's legitimate, and it's
just as valid, but it's not a sexuality. You are mislabeling what this thing is and trying to make yourself into some special snowflake because of it.
I do not get that at all. It's like there's like you said, it's perfectly it's a valid assertion. I, generally speaking, in my experience, have to feel romantic attraction before I feel sexual attraction towards somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not a sexual identity, though.
Why are you trying to go on a march with a flag about this, though? Like
you're not oppressed because of this opinion.
Yeah, I know. Is that what a demisexual is? Is that what that refers to?
Yeah, that's what demisexual is. At least that's what I remember reading about. I just want to address this one thing from Brad Young. He says, "Be real, Weebs. No one likes chopping wood. You may not mind doing it, but like, nope. You've obviously never got to play with a log splitter. Then it's very satisfying.
I like chopping wood. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it for 8 hours straight if it were my job, but chop my own wood, yeah, that's cool.
But no, like, have you ever touched a log splitter?
Yeah. Like
a giant wood guillotine.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
I was just like, where are you going with this with that creepy ear-to-ear smile?
I really enjoyed doing that as a kid. You know, okay, it's funny because there are a lot of things that normal kids wouldn't have been allowed to do when I did them as a kid. For instance, going down a black diamond at like 5 years old. Not like a Colorado black diamond, but like a Wisconsin black diamond. Right. Most kids aren't allowed to do that because they're still training with the instructors. Or like going off on your own in the mountains under the age of 18 on a snowboard for the first time ever. I was allowed to do that. My dad gave no fucks. He's just like, just make sure you don't lose the car keys and you keep your phone on.
and we are all collectively very happy that you didn't die and are here with us today, Weebo.
Yeah. Or like, here's a fun one. My dad used to tie our snow sleds to the back of his snowmobile and just whip us around on a frozen lake with a whole bunch of snowfall on top of it. But that wasn't just one snow sled. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 snow sleds tied to each other in a train, which is super dangerous at 20 miles an hour when you can get it up to like full miles per hour. And you're 5 and you're holding on for dear life to a snow sled and you get whipped off and get run over by the like next 4 people in line. Like, We did that. It was a good time. or like the log splitter. I was young when I was allowed to do it just by myself. And that's what I really like about my dad, is that he gave me so many opportunities to improve my character and also maybe end my life early prematurely. I don't know. No, that was a joke. But like, I was given a lot of opportunities that I think have transformed me into a heckin' of a self-sufficient adult nowadays. A heckin'. And I'm really proud of that. Even though I only had like half a hand in it. The rest was up to Dad. Sorry, I'm just reminiscing. Back to the point about the sexualities.
Yeah, that was okay.
Sorry, I'm just all over the place, Polly. It's quarantine. This is what it does to me.
Getting a little stir crazy, beyond extra.
Yeah, beyond extra, because I'm not allowed out of the house, except sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to revisit a previous point. You were talking about age gaps.
Okay. Yes.
In relationships. Now, I disagree.
You disagree.
I do. With the opinion you
what
offered.
Degree?
Well, see, underneath layers and layers of calcified cynicism in the tiny little center is a bit of romantic idealism.
Oh,
it's true. I'm a romantic at heart.
Polly.
I am. It's true.
We need to watch more rom-coms then.
No. Actual romance, not that fucking
high romance. How about that?
Boilerplate cut and paste Hollywood tripe that they barf out so cynically. Okay, now let me give you an example. Okay, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. Storybook romance. These two, they met when he was 45 and she was 19. They were married shortly thereafter. If you ever have a chance to, and I highly recommend anybody who's so inclined to go watch The Big Sleep. That was when they met, was during the filming of that. The energy is crackling between them, the sexual tension. They're not acting. I mean, they're both great actors, but that's real sexual tension between them that you see on screen. And it's rare because you are actually watching two actors that have just met and they're filming over a very short period of time. And they are falling in love on screen. You're watching it happen. After they got married, they decided to refilm some scenes that had a hell of a lot more heavy sexual innuendo in them. So they brought them back for some reshoots where they could, because now that they're married, they can be a little bit more lewd and you know, because back in the day, right? This was the 40s. So it's like, well, they're actually married now, and people they know about the celebrity marriage between Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart. So we can refilm these scenes and get away with it and market it on that basis of these two. And yeah, I get that. That's just a smart promotional move. And why not? And those scenes are fucking great where they're doing that back and forth. What I find interesting about that is that it wasn't it was exactly what it looks like on the surface of it. There is no need to delve deeper. Yes, she was 19. Yes, he was 45, but they were absolutely in love. And they stayed married for until the end of his life. He died in 1957. And she never, ever remarried again. She's one of the most famous, wealthiest actresses in Hollywood. And she dated Frank Sinatra for a while, something I will still never forgive Frank Sinatra for. You tried banging your good friend's widow, dude. Fuck. But oof. Yeah, well, they dated for a while, whatever. And she had been asked a number of times over the years, why did you never remarry? You were still a very young woman at the time. You were still famous. You were still beautiful. Why did you remain single for the rest of your life until she died actually only a few years ago, like 3 years ago? And her answer was always the same. Who could possibly follow Bogey?
Aww.
And I mean, like, it's so, it just, I understand that a lot of huge age gaps or differences in culture or lots of different things might make a mismatched marriage seem like it wouldn't work. Oh, someone who's been married 3 times, and the other person has never been married before, whatever. There's all sorts of reasons that a relationship shouldn't work. But in my tiny little heart of hearts that hasn't been crushed by the weight of the world yet, I still believe in the romanticism and the epicness of it, where it's like, so would you date somebody who's, yeah. Well, I always have to allow for that. Yes, because otherwise, I don't know. We might as well let a fucking computer pick our ideal partner out for us, or an astrology chart or something, if we're not willing to allow for the chance that one is going to encounter their soulmate when they least expect it, sort of thing.
I get it. So it's not that I have anything specifically against age-gapped couples per se. I would prefer not to have to deal with that just in my own personal life, because I've always been of a mind of I would like to grow with this person, not be the growing person in this relationship while the other person is basically done growing, because if it's a wide enough age gap and I'm the younger one, I still have some stuff to do. And I think it's more fun if we do it together, if we're taking those steps at the same time instead of me catching up. I don't like doing that. Or I don't think I would enjoy doing that. That's just my perspective. Regarding like the whole romantic thing, I am 100% on board with like the impossible romance story. Keep in mind, long distance relationship of 4 years right here. It's working out. We are still together. We have defied the odds. We are one of those couples that defies expectations and is, kind of the movie type of couple that works out despite all odds. So I can totally get behind that narrative. I, like I said, personally would want to, but who am I to get in the way of two people that do love each other? And even if I am the girl's parent, as Pete Bum in the chat has been talking about, as long as, like, if I am still the mother of the child that is dating a person who is older than them, as long as that person that they're dating makes an effort to get to know me, to get to know my husband, to be a part of our family, I don't mind it as much. Because that shows that they're not just in it for the predatory nature of having a younger person to prey on. That shows that they actually care about this person, because that person's family means something to my child. Right? So there are a few signs that I would look for in any partner of my child's that would turn me on or
Pete
off.
Bowman isn't wrong. It's like what me too, but what if it is your daughter's dating an old man? Oh, I'm going to be suspicious as fuck. I mean, that's just some red-blooded maleism. But I'm going to be any red-blooded male is going to be suspicious of anyone trying to fucking date your daughter. It's really, who the fuck are you? Yeah. It's just, that's just natural. And yeah, there's lots of things that are going to set off more bells and alarms, but that's all coming from a place of protectiveness, if you know what I mean. It might take longer with some people to overcome your concerns than others, but it
would be a joint effort, because if you really care about the person, the child, right, you'd want them to be happy. You wanted to make sure that they're happy, so you'd have a nice healthy balance of working towards being comfortable with the idea, but also always keeping an eye out just to make sure that everything was up and up.
Yeah.
Because you are the parent, obviously. You're going to do that regardless of if the guy's 48 and she's 19.
Then Richard Art says, plus dealing with erectile dysfunction would be a bitch. Can we talk about the other side of that for a hot second?
What?
Not that I want to get into the nitty gritty details way out in the weeds on this, but there's another side to that fucking story. There's women with dry cooches out there.
Well, there are a lot more women across the age spectrum with that problem. than there are
There
men
are.
across the
There's
spectrum with that
I
problem.
don't know what other people's experiences are, but there are women with a wealth of sexual problems. It goes right to erectile dysfunction. It's like, okay, yeah, and you don't have erectile dysfunction. Imagine what it's like when you get with a girl who feels like she is. Again, I'm not trying to get away on in the weeds on this one, but they are tight, uncomfortably so. So sex for them is absolutely uncomfortable. They simply do not ever get wet. They are always dry. So lubricant is always a requirement. Been there, man. It's just you deal with it. Right.
It's a two-sided issue.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's always I don't know the presentation in popular culture is always the same. Women are always wet and ready to go, and it's just a man. Can you deal with it or not? And it's like as if that's what's going on. It's more like I'm ready to go. Are you? And the answer is not always yes for the woman. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
We're a wholesome channel. Remember,
here at Cocktail Hour, we talk about all sides of the issue.
Yes, we do. All right, can we tangent?
Can we tangent off of this? I don't want to talk about dry cooch.
Please.
See, Cult of Krill gets it. The dry puss. Yeah. Now, she didn't call it that, but she... What? I'm getting the glare. Mm-hmm. I'm getting the Glenda the Good Witch.
This isn't the tangent that I wanted to go on. Risha R just wants a tomboy girlfriend. They're out there. Beneath the hormone treatments and breast reduction surgeries. Oh God, I'm sorry. That's so mean.
Punky Brewster, what?
You ever just like accidentally get an eyelash in your eyeball?
Yeah.
Isn't it the worst?
Goddamn right it's the worst, because pulling at your eyelashes like you're doing right now, don't fix it. I got to go up into the mirror and pull down like my bottom eyelid and see where that you got it out. Good on you. Make a wish.
I got 2 actually. Nope, that's 3 eyelashes. My hair's falling out. I'm stressed. I can't tell you. It won't go true.
I thought it was going to be to break 10 grand subs.
10 grand subs. I'm almost there.
How long have you been almost there?
2 years now.
I bust balls because you got like 10 times my subs. I bust balls because I think you're being artificially deflated.
Really? Well, I've actually started going in the good direction, the upwards direction. I am on the right side of 9.8 now. Whereas
wait a minute, you were trending down?
I was trending down.
No
for like
shit.
A year straight. It was just kind of like, but like slowly and torturously, and it was the worst. But now I'm trending up, and it's actually a lot more rapid than it was initially. So I got to keep that momentum going, which is why I'm gonna do a video on our least favorite internet reporter, Chris Hansen.
What?
Chris Hansen.
Oh, Chris Hansen. I thought you were talking about knitted cap guy.
Oh, Tom Pool? Tim Pool?
Tim Pool. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name either. Tim Pool, yeah.
The irrelevant one?
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant as in I couldn't remember his name. You couldn't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't watch his shit, but I mean there's channels out there that have millions and millions and millions of subscribers, and I don't watch them, but they're still very relevant, you know.
True, I guess. To my knowledge, I don't think I've ever actually seen a Tim Pool video. Yeah,
I've seen lots of clips. I'm trying to remember if I've ever actually seen a video proper from him.
Mm-mm. Yeah, no, I don't really care about Tom. Tom. Yes. No,
let's go with Tate.
Tate
Pool.
I only really cover individual people who I have a contention with, who I have been like have an experience with, not like a direct experience, but like who I'm disappointed in. And I'm very disappointed in Chris Hansen. I think he's actually more problematic than he is a problem solver in community.
Yeah, you're not alone in thinking so.
Mhm.
I mean,
And I've had that contention for many, many moons now, but I feel like I need to actually make a video about it rather than just bitch about it on a live stream, because I did so well with the Amber Heard Johnny Depp stream in the research that I put into it, and that was a successful endeavor.
sure was.
And it was helpful too, because that helped me comprehend everything that was going on, because there's a lot there. A lot of time went into that. A lot of time has transpired and a lot of events have happened. So it was very comprehensive for people. And I feel like people can use more of that. And that's what I want to do with more content like Chris Hansen or what have you. The Cats video even has an element of a deep dive to it that gives you an idea of exactly how it is that we got the Cats movie. Because it's not so much me hating on things that people want to see. I found out it's part that, and it's also they want to be more informed. They go looking for these things to get more information, not to just rehash the same opinion over and over and over again. And so, if I can give them that extra oomph, I don't feel like I'm wasting everyone's time. I don't feel like I'm wasting my time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I've got 6 videos on the go right now.
Oh God, you poor thing. I have
Yeah.
like 4.
Every one of the videos that I've named, I've actually continued to work on. It's not like I've stopped. I can't find the through line for them. That's the problem. It's like, where am I going to go with this to finish it? Like, I've got one on Joe Rogan. I've got one on, like, it's not generally on Joe Rogan. It's on a particular thing that he did that was unconscionable in my mind. It's just kind of like, dude, this is such a bad ball drop that if you had taken the 2 seconds to fucking look into this, this is an egg on your face moment. Oh, wait a minute. There's multiple other channels out there that made this. Oh my God, there's whole websites that have made this mistake. So that's what the video is about. Not that anyone's going to listen to me, but whatever.
So
I've got that Bond 25 countdown thing, and I still haven't figured out a way to do it. I was thinking from day one of doing it basically the way that we did the hottest girls in the MCU video.
Yeah,
that's the one with Drunkle, and I'm really interested in doing that because, like, I've already talked to him about it, and he's down, and he's like, "What way do you want it done? Well, let me know because you're the one like steering the ship on this." And I'm like, "Okay." And I think people would love to see a collab with Drunkle, so I'm trying to get that together, but I'm not quite sure the format to do with. There's 25 fucking movies to rank from worst to best. Should I do it as a matter of clips? It'll take for fucking ever to do it with clips, but that would be I don't know.
Wait, are you just ranking the actual movies themselves?
Correct.
Okay.
Like, I'm thinking, like, maybe do clips only for, like, maybe do it the way that we did the MCU girls one. Here's all the girls in the MCU that I consider anywhere approaching hot. None of the TV shows, just the movies. I'm going to rank order them in a Word file, and just like order them accordingly. And then here's all the girls who didn't make the top 10. Now here's the top 10 and focus on that. Like, I thought maybe do it like that. Like, here's the top 10 James Bond films, and here's the ones that didn't make it and why.
Yes, do that. I think it would be easier than just ranking all of them.
Because Drunkle knows the Bond films really, really well. And that is rare because I don't know anyone else who's seen all 25 films and can remember them off the top of their head in that way. Jesus Christ, I've got that video on New York Magazine where they're talking about Angela Merkel, and it's mind-blowing, and I haven't figured out a way to finish that off. It turned into this experimental art piece where reality starts warping and you're taken to this alternate dimension, and that's what happens when I'm drinking and editing videos at fucking 5 a.m. Like, it's let's get experimental, man. And like I said, I got so many videos up in the air right now. I don't know how to I don't know. I gotta finish. I just gotta like make a call on some of these and finish them off, because people will mention it's like you talk about videos, but then you never finish anything, and it's like that, or there's going to be 6 fully edited videos that are all going to drop at the same exact time.
No, you gotta space them out. You can't do it one after the other.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough.
Then you get what's the word? not run out, but like, I don't know, you front end all your stuff, then you don't have anything else for months and months and months. It's not burnout, is it?
No, I would not.
You got to
actually.
give yourself some spacers, is what I'm trying to get at here. You can't back-to-back stuff, which is why I refuse to post a video the same day that I stream, which is why I try to space out my videos a few days at the very least, if not 2, 3 maybe.
Yeah.
If I have 2 videos up and ready. If it's topical, I'll post it like then. Or you got to prioritize what's more relevant versus what's not going to be relevant but can still be posted.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't drop all 6 of them at the same time. I would spread them out. I would just spread out like the final rendering and finishing of them in such a way. And Havoc, but thank you, by the way. He says, I own all the films and I'm getting Never Say Never Again when I get paid. Good. Never Say Never Again's underrated, and people, it's like, oh, it's not a real Bond film. Oh, shut up. Yes, it is. Quit being an idiot.
Hey, Polly, what say we go for another like 9-ish minutes until the middle of the hour?
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so comments, audiences, if you have questions, by all means ask them. We will do our best, our very best, our very damnedest to answer your questions. I had like a little burp there in the middle of that. Yeah, I'm slowly but surely making my way through the rest of the movies. I'm having a bitchin' of a time finding a few of them. For the
talk to me
review.
That's right. Talk to me after the stream. I totally forgot about that. I was gonna slide up in your DMs and suggest that, but then I got confused and thought and forgot.
Yeah, I still have Blade Trinity, Punisher, Warzone, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Joker.
Spider-Man Far From Good's not even worth watching. There's no Laura Harrier and there's too much Zendaya.
The way that I stipulated how we were doing this means that I have to watch all of them, Polly. Okay? It has to be done.
All right.
Even if it's not good. I just have 4 left. And then I can get on that ranking train, and then finally compile the pictures, and then we can get this show on the road. It'll be great. I'm super excited about it, too.
Let me ask you a question. Where were we at? Hey, list lady, naughty librarian. Where were we at with the movies? What were we going to watch next?
Coco. That was my movie for you.
What's that?
Coco. We were going to watch Coco.
No, Cats was your call. It's my turn.
No. Cats was just a fun evening of just movie watching. You didn't have to be there for that. That was a Discord watch night. That was not my choice.
Do you see how she just made me interchangeable and disposable, chat? Did you see that? I saw it.
If we're going to watch a movie, we're going to watch it just you and me so that we can have those little discussions. That's the one that counts. Cats? No. That didn't count. That was not the movie.
All right. And so what is Coco again? Remind me. It's about the gorilla that knows sign language?
No. It's the animated movie, the animated Pixar movie about the Day of the Dead. It'll rip your heart out in 2.
I thought I said no animated anything.
No, you didn't. You did not.
Yeah, I'm okay. My next choice, you're gonna suffer then. Oh shit.
Okay.
We're gonna do a deep dive. We're gonna watch like I Spit on Your Grave or something. I don't even like that movie. I just want to like, if you're gonna make me watch a Pixar film, I'm gonna pick something that's particularly Polly
movie. Polly, it's a good movie.
Yeah, Cult of Krill's right. Weebo, you're denying me my agency.
No, I'm not. You're the one that brought this up. You asked me where we were with this, and I said specifically, we're at Coco. That's the one that we have to watch next.
Did you ever see that meme of the man and woman sitting in a therapist's office, and the therapist is asking the man, Do you feel controlled in your relationship? And the woman answers, no, he doesn't.
Okay, to be fair, I will admit this. I have a bit of a personality, and it can be a little much for other people. So, if it ever gets to the point where I'm a little bit too domineering, just say so, and I'll stop. I'll curb the Weebo.
So you went from naughty librarian to Dom? What's going on in this stream with you? What's the...
No, that's not what I said at all. I just said I have a personality, and it tends to take hold.
I haven't noticed it happen yet, and
I'm a bit of an alpha.
I have not been accused of lacking opinionation or personality amount, so it's it's fine.
Because I've had years of practice curbing my personality. Every once in a while, though, it gets a little bit out of control.
Actually, the two people asked, I believe Daniel Fulman asked you, and then Six asked me, both about our merch. Where's it at?
Oh, I don't think I have it linked in the description, do I? No, I do not have it linked in the description. But if you go to my channel, you can find the Redbubble link in the, not the thumbnail, but the header. It's up there. I definitely should put out some new merch options, but that's just not been a list priority thing right now. I had other things to worry about, like the membership stuff that I got out on time. Polly, what about you, merch-wise?
I have a whole bunch of t-shirt designs that are done. Ooh, there's also a new big edition that I concocted last night for Noir Bar that's going to be really fun. New animated stuff. I grabbed a whole bunch of video elements that I'm going to be using. I will say no more, but it's going to be a fun little addition to Noir Bar. People are going to dig it, man. As for the t-shirt designs, yeah, I'm not doing merch outside of t-shirts. Maybe hats that just have the Noir Bar stuff, because the conceit of all of the merch is that it's staff clothing. Like, you know, the
Ooh, I like that. That's a nice theme.
So it's they all say staff on either the back or the sleeve, like bar staff, where it's like you, like, as if the conceit is as if you worked at Noir Bar. Because that kind of makes it cool, makes it a little different. And like, where is this place? Somebody, I sent out an old pinup girl picture on Twitter, and it had the Noir Bar logo attached to it. And somebody who didn't follow me or anybody else, Scribe, I think it was, retweeted it. The person said, "Is this a real place? I want to go." And I was like, "Oh shit." I mean, when you make the shtick real, man. Of all potatoes says, does that mean Noir Bar tonight? Yeah, actually, I could do a Noir Bar tonight. I would have the merch up already if Far hadn't told me all my designs suck. She's a harsh judge of aesthetics, man. I showed her like 5 or 6 designs, and she was like, "These are all terrible. You need to rework them."
She's a harsh judge of aesthetics. You're saying that about her? She must be really bad then.
What? Let me tell you something, chat. This is just I am never offering Weebo any opinions on anything she's ever worked on ever again. The backlash.
Woo. I don't know what you're talking about here, Polly. No, I love criticism. I do. I genuinely do. Yeah, doesn't Far need to approve since it's her bar, as Daniel Fulman?
You haven't been keeping up with the lore. When she was gone, I stole the articles of entitlement and the lease back from her. I have not yet gotten them to a lawyer or barrister of the era yet to reappropriate the bar. So right now, technically, yes, it's still hers, but... Good. As balanced, restored. Oh, good night, Michael Hatfield. Have a good night, man. Like you could stop yourself from giving your opinions. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
I only said that because, let's be honest.
Excuse me.
we
I
have a
apologize for
similar
clearing my throat into the mic. I'm still not fully awake, and I'm being all like, "Oh, here, let me cough and sneeze into the mic and clear my throat." Is terrible etiquette.
Oh, you're okay.
No, it's just it bugs me when people do that. So I'm like,
Ooh,
it's like when
Polly.
people are on stream and they keep peeking their mic, and the person that's like hosting the stream doesn't seem to mind. Oh, that wasn't even doing it. I mean, kind of, but I mean, even further gone.
Okay.
You know, A Day of Fullman asked about improvements to the back room. Yeah, actually, I did put a few touches on to the back room. I just gotta figure out when I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to start doing some Noir Bar solo streams when there's nobody around, because people ask me, "You're going to open the bar tonight?" And it's like, yeah, I'd like to. And then I start looking to see who's around, to see if Jack is up, Monkey's up, Far's around, and like not anybody's around. And it's supposed to be barroom conversation. If it's just me, it's like, I don't know. Why couldn't it be just me? I don't want to enter into aimless rambling. But why not have it as a conversation between me and chat? I don't know. I'll do it, see how it goes. If it doesn't work, don't do it again.
Okay, and guess what? We OT. Which means it's time to say goodnight, Polly.
Cool.
All right, so that being said, thank you to all who joined us this fine evening for cocktails and discussion. Thank you to those who commented. Thank you to those who will comment in the future. Thank you to those who liked, shared, subscribed, and to those who just sat idly by and watched. We still like you too. Thank you to those who donated. Much appreciated. Remember, guys, this show is brought to you by you guys. Without y'all, we'd still be here, actually. Let's be honest. Don't forget to check out the links in the description to both myself and Polly's shenanigans. And especially, you should join us in the Discord for when it is that we do these coveted movie nights that Polly wants to count as the movie nights that are actually not the movie nights that we actually do. Polly, do you have anything you want to show?
I felt that right between the ribs. That was just...
Just poke you a little bit. Just...
yeah, links to my channel, like I put it in chat, but like we said, it's in the description. So that's cool. I appreciate that she put it down there. So yeah, you can go over to my channel and find all the fun stuff. And my channel's organized. Everything's in nice playlists now, easily searchable and indexable, and can find out what you're looking for and so forth. I got to get to work on some of those edited videos that I was talking about.
Do it.
And get some of those finished up, and then plus the new bumpers that I'm working on for Noir Bar and shit like that. Man, after watching AP stream, I feel the need to like up my game, man. Like,
yeah.
The guy runs a tight stream. You got to admit it, man. The blunt stream, holy fuck, he's working on a different level. It's so yeah. There's all of that, and then yeah, the merch is being worked on. I'm going to stop listening to Far's harsh criticisms of my art, and I blame her for so much she didn't even do. In any case, yep. So everybody, have a good night. By all means, check out my channel. There's all sorts of fun shit going on over there all the time.
I have a video coming out in the next 2 days on Cats, the musical movie, and then I also have another video coming out on Invader V, and then at some point in the future, the 1st of May, I have the Weebo hot takes, and then sometime in the distant and near future, I have the Chris Hansen video, depending on how long that takes to research. So enjoy, and we'll see you when we see you next. Bye, guys.
Have a good night, everyone.
We'll be back here next week, same time, same place, same face, same otter. Enjoy your weeks.
Stay healthy, everyone.
Be safe. Bye now.